All right, everybody. We are doing the daily space weather, and this is the backwards edition. If you think it looks weird now, it might even get weirder. I be your host, Dan, aka smAsho, and we're talking about teasers, refreshers, sharkers, and dark. Yes, dark. This edition of the Daily Space Weather is just like your everyday edition, only darker. You know, you've heard people say that before, right? That Star Wars prequel's just like the last terrible, horrible, revolting Star Wars prequel. It's just like the last one, only darker. I don't know if you were aware. That doesn't mean it's good. It might mean it's a turd. Just saying. All right. So anyway, we're starting things out looking at the 101 with a 171 angstroms. That's it. And we indeed do see a sunspot, and it's actually grown. It's a cycle 24 type polarity sunspot, and it's turned into significant. It doesn't pose much of a risk for flares according to spaceweather.com, but it's still a significant sunspot, and there's some trailing fields there happening too. Don't let that obscure what's going on in the North Pole and South Pole. There's some activity rising there in the northeast, and we'll look at it more in depth momentarily. First, please allow me to thank everybody viewing, whether it's live or if it's Memorex. Allow me to vanish. And next we're going to look at colorized magnetogram. And yeah, when I said I was doing backwards edition, it's for real. So there you see some significant fields, and there's actually quite a bit of activity there. There's a bunch of different organized field areas that you can probably see. And next we'll look at the intensity gram, and there you can see the main area of sunspot. And you can see there's probably, I'm not sure exactly what the count will be. I mean, I can certainly see at least 4 different sunspot groups, and we won't get super in-depth into it because we don't want the video to take all day. Now, for the entire month of April, all of our Subscribe Star and Patreon posts are 100% public. So if you want to see all of the activity that we put out throughout the month of April, you could subscribe and pay us nothing. Same with Patreon, and thanks to our patrons for being assistant and associate producers of the channel. By the way, if you're wondering about my glasses here, the glasses, somebody asked about the glasses with the missing lens. It's not a missing lens, it is a color keyed out lens. So similar to the ones that I wear, and just to give you some idea what I'm talking about, see, I'm back, and the glasses make my head transparent. That's why it's there. It's so that you can see what's behind me. Trying to take up less of the screen. That's why I had them. And anyway, again, all of the posts are free throughout April. Please don't let that stop you from attempting to help support the channel, as we need lots more funding, and there's lots of things to do, such as publishing scientific papers, and we are so behind on that it's well, not even a thing at this point. But we have the hypotheses already formulated. Let's just say that. Let's talk about number 6 of the smAsho mission, which you can read for yourself in its entirety at smashomash.com/forum/mission. It's to assist mankind by advancing the study of predictive phenomenon, to do things like optimize value and reduce risk and liability and save lives and resources and adapt, and no matter what the adversity is. So thanks Smash Team for supporting us as we consider the whole thing a group effort. And we appreciate every comment, no matter how silly it might be. Even if you are a complete doucho, if you are a doucho or a covidiot, if your comments are entirely covidiotic, we still appreciate them. we still have hope in your brain functioning, folks. Even if you are a complete 100% sociopathic COVIDiot. And it looks like we're going to get some warmer temperatures here, looking at the water vapor map of the U.S. And it looks like there's an atmospheric river forming. And let me just draw that in for you. See, right here, you got this atmospheric river. And then back here, you have some place that it might go to. And then if you look at these areas here, this dry air is kind of... sorry about that. With my bad. Next, we're going to look at the Weather Underground U.S. Doppler radar map. There you go. And it's going to be raining on me, so I'm not going to be singing "Blue Sky Shining on Me." Hey, get out of here. All right, that's better. This COVIDiotic message brought to you by Americans for Non-COVIDiocy. Now we're looking at lightning maps. I don't see any terrestrial lightning in the U.S. It's close, but no dice. I stand corrected. Hey, Billy Mitchell airstrip. There's thunder rolling in. It's up there. You can see it. Next we're at... Oh my God. Oh my God. I apologize for that momentary aside. Right. And you've been deprived of water vapor maps today, folks. This thing takes too long to load to use on a live stream. And since a lot of people's attention span is about 4 seconds or less, we won't wait 4 seconds for that to load. We'll just move on. And may the streets flow with the blood of those who didn't shift gears. Anyway, here are the jet streams. And they're kind of all over the place if you think about it. They're a little bit meridional, and look at those bends. Jeez. Look at this bend right here. It's like you got this big bend here, and then you've got these parts that come out like this. And it's like, what? Oh, did it happen again? I apologize. We're not talking about diphenhydramine. Did you know that? Yesterday we talked about it. If you want to hear all about it, we're not talking about former NCAA linebacker Dr. Rachel Levine. We were talking about the jet stream. Now, we're going to be talking about this stuff too in a minute, but not on this video because it's for another video. Now, please take a moment to press like and subscribe if you're on YouTube. And we're on BitChute also. We'll talk about that momentarily. Did you know that it's not meth? All right, anyway. We put up a video today, which, of course, you can't see because the videos I view are private. Anyway, it's titled Epic COVIDiocy, which is both magic, tragic, manic, and a panic. Hilarious Johnny Depp Instagram posts. I mean, it's amazing. And we did put up a bunch of Mariah videos, such as Heartbreaker. Do you enjoy the scene where she fights herself in the bathroom? It's fantastic. Love Mariah. She is fantastic. All right, so, yeah, we linked to the Johnny Depp. Oh, my gosh. We're going to get to that by the end of the video because you have to go watch Johnny Depp's Instagram videos. They are Amazing. They are 100% Amazing. They are, dude, oh, my gosh. They are so... They make me want to apply face lotion. See me touching my face? Holy crow. I'm going to show you by the end of the video. So, anyway, we've updated the coronavirus section of smAsho.com/forums. Check that out. It's all from the Swiss Propaganda Research Institute. There's the page, Swiss Propaganda Research, swprs.org. And you are... Told you. out of here. I mean, yeah, oh my gosh, it's so scary. Humans are scary. They're a viral vector. Just kidding, folks. Humans have always been a viral vector, and it's about as scary as, I don't know, the original Frankenstein? Today's volcanoes include Klutchevskoy, 20,000-foot ash plume there. Don't fly a plane lower than 10,000 feet over Abico. In fact, don't fly one over, period. That would be insanity. Also, Mount Aso, flight level 5,000 there. Sporadic emissions of ash as Sangay mildly explodes. I like that. A mild explosive activity. Hey, did you see that explosion? Yeah, that was mild. Revenador exploding, 16,000-foot plume there. Sabancaya, flight level 24,000. And ask a pilot segment writer who will remain unnamed. Are you watching the videos? Explosive activities happening at Nevados de Chilean. It did an isolated pulse and produced a 12,000-foot plume of ash. Please don't fly John Denver-style ultralight aircraft over the caldera. It could be unhealthful. Earthquake rundown looks pretty boring. Here's a Chilean quake at depth of a 4.1 magnitude. Here's a deep quake at Papua New Guinea. It came in at 1732 yesterday. Here's a deep quake at Japan. And yes, we've been showing you how to make the videos today, folks, by going through backwards. How do you like that? Have you seen me press refresh? Ha 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 ha. That's my Ted DiBiase laugh. Deep quake by Japan. It's nearly 500 kilometers depth, but only a 4.1 magnitude. And then like an hour and a half later, we see a deep quake at Western South America once again. Very deep quake at Fiji, 4.6 magnitude. That one came in just a few hours ago. It's currently 5:45 a.m. Do you know where your earthquakes occurred? It's a 4.6 magnitude at 616 kilometers. Next, we're on windy.com. Looking at worldwide pressure maps. I should actually have this moved over a little bit. Please leave a comment if you're viewing from a different continent. Here's where things will be in about 24 hours. Actually, at 1300 tomorrow. Next, we're going to look at the ionosphere map to give us ideas of what the charge levels, and it's actually pretty wobbly right now. It's kind of all over the place. So I have reviewed zero of this data before doing this video. Usually I look at the stuff. Today I didn't look at the stuff because I'm doing it backwards. So here's the refresh on the electron flux. That's what I normally see, right? And I once again failed, folks. Look, no warning level, I was wrong. No warning level, I was wrong. And I have no idea what the solar wind has done in the past 24, as I've been busy doing all kinds of things besides staring at the sun. It happens to the best of us. And we're not talking celebrations, although there was a celebration, and we'll explain that at a later time. Electrons are just at background to low levels. Next, looking at the line of sight field plot on the Gong 2. And the main activity is right on the equator. It's not going to affect the B field very much, and that is end of cycle 24 type behavior. We're seeing much more cycle 25 than 24 behavior right now. So we're well into cycle 25 as far as I'm concerned. And here's the top view ecliptic plane field plot. And it is being broadcast to you straight from the depths of hell. Just kidding, folks. It's not actually straight from the depths of hell. It's just the magnetic fields of the sun. And we can use the orientations of the plasma to sort of figure out what it's doing as the plasma orients to those fields, but doesn't become the fields because plasma's not magic. And here ends your plasma cosmology segment as we do things backwards, just backwards, like mankind's understanding of infectious disease, backward, and not understanding it at all. Here's the ghost magnetometer as we hit refresh. Yeah, it's like an action. It's action today, so you get extra action. So please leave a reaction. And the magnetometer's still looking spiky there. And I thought we would have already crossed the current sheet, but we haven't. That's probably why I keep being wrong about things. Don't worry, folks. The numbers are still well into my favor. You don't even want to know how high above 90% my forecasts are. You don't even want to know. Did you see my hurricane forecasts? Last year, they were epic. Epic! So here are the geospace magnetic perturbations. I have no idea what's going on up there. I haven't looked at the solar wind. So, but I can tell you what the solar wind's doing if I see certain types of behavior on the ground magnetometers. So here's 4 hours of data. It's all part of the space weather modeling framework. So thanks to the University of Michigan, we won't even complain about not having the archival data. Here's the magnetosphere, and it's looking pretty steady and weak. You're just going to see kind of a steady stream here, nothing weird going on. No accounts of Nibiru showing up in the Earth's magnetotail, and nobody with a backyard telescope seeing it really obviously, as they would be able to see even an object that emits zero light. A little bit of magnetic influence, it looks like there at the end, a little pressure on the magnetotail, and nothing too weird happening. We're skipping cosmic rays today. Perhaps at the end we'll actually go and look at some transients of things like Sagittarius A star and Cygnus X3. Here's a real-time solar wind. Yeah, right there. And nothing too exciting going on there, really. A 4.5 density, and that's protons per cubic centimeter, folks. And a 401 kilometer per second speed. So quite steady over the past 24 in terms of speed, with a small uptick in the density. We don't see it. We're not going to see any kind of proton flux happening. And let's check the X-ray flux. We could see something happening. Oh, and not really. So even though we've got sunspots, no X-ray flares. And we do have a slide about this. We're going to talk about X-rays and solar flares and stuff in a minute. First, we'll look at where stuff is in the sky as it's getting light out. You've got Jupiter, Mars, and Saturn up there, and if you've got a low horizon, you should have a great view. Here's the extreme zoomed out view. And you can see this equilateral triangle that's created here could cause worldwide sharding, because it's, you know, you could have, this could mean it's a triangular loaf of bread, and everybody knows how spooky and scary triangular loaves of bread are. It could even be sliced bread. That could be, you know, you never know. It could be Nibiru could be out there creating a giant 5G grid to give everybody. Okay, I gotta stop. So, talking about solar flares, and we see mainly 2 types of things coming out of the sun. They are photons and they are protons. Mainly photons and protons are what come out of the sun. And talking about the photons part, X-ray flare. So when we say a solar flare, that does not mean that there's a coronal mass ejection. And as we've shown many, many times on the channel, you don't need a solar flare to have a coronal mass ejection. The plasma can be slingshotted off the surface of the sun at various times with zero warning, as magnetic influences seem to control when these things happen, and you don't necessarily need big X-ray flares for large chunks of the corona to just be slingshotted out into space, blasted into space, fired into space, pulled into space, pushed into space, whatever you want to say, whatever verb you think is what's happening with them. I'm not going to get into that because, again, it's the daily space weather, and this isn't the cosmology argument section, so we don't worry about it. Radio flux actually went down, and I think we're seeing some. Is that Schumann resonances? I think it's Schumann resonances, folks. And it's Jupiter's. It's Jupiter's radio emissions. Nice. Anyway, the 10.7 centimeter radio flux has come back down to 69 from 71. There's the KP index. It's at 2. And do we have any commenters? No commenters. All right. And we're going to ignore that article. And we're going to ignore Markland convection because when it comes to cosmology, that's Sharticle material. We're going to talk about cosmology in that we don't see Markland convection out there, guys. And then be done with it. We're going to go back to the SDO, and we're going to break out the 94 angstroms. Yeah, it takes 10 images a minute instead of only 2. So 5 times as many images. Then all of the wavelengths except 131 angstroms. And these are designed specifically to look at solar flares and sunspots. So let's get a little closer. Don't be shy. Get a little closer to the photosphere. Get a little closer and don't have your head in your rear. Anyway, that rising region is most certainly cycle 25. And we're actually going to take another look at it in a minute. First, let me take the opportunity to say, hey, follow us on other social media. We're all over the internet. There's Johnny Depp. Do you think he looks crazy? I mean, I think he looks crazy. And he sounds like he's on sedatives. Somebody commented and said they think he sounds like he's on sedatives. And don't worry, folks. Don't worry. Who cares if a $15 per hour minimum wage increases unemployment? The government will take care of you. They're really good and efficient at it, aren't they? Ding! The government. That plug was for ding! The government. Oh, they're doing such a fine job. Well done, government. Now, I want to show you a clip from this because this is freaking amazing. This is... I'm just at a loss for words as to what this is even supposed to be. If you don't think this guy looks crazy, then I highly so he's got a camera inside of a picture box, and he's holding up this piece of cloth. I mean, this is I told you to. All right. This Covidiocy update brought to you by having fun in the face of complete nonsense. All right. So yeah. So here's weird. All right. Let me play a clip. It's going to be less than 8 seconds. So just watch and wonder what this is supposed to be. All right, did you get that? If you don't follow this guy on Instagram, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know if he's making masks. He leaves the screen, and then he insanely picks up pieces of cloth and he folds them, and then he swipes them off of the desk, or he throws them, and it's all being shot through this picture box. It must be some sort of an essay about Instagram itself, where this is and it's like. I mean, it's some brilliant art. It's just seriously, Johnny. We really hope that you recover from this insanity. I mean, dude, let me play another clip now because I don't know what'll happen next. I decided to pick a spot where he's off frame. Just okay. Let's everybody pray, and then I'll hit play. So I'll give you 5 seconds.
São coisas lindas que eu tenho pra te dar.
Alright, that's taken too long. So I have to pause it now, and I have to do some analysis. I do like his muscle shirt. I'm not sure. Perhaps he may have borrowed that from Ronald McDonald, the character from Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Please leave a comment, and let's continue. By the way, I do enjoy the painting behind him. It's nice. It's got good composition. It's got this beautiful luster on the water, and this woman coming out carrying the bucket of water, and there's all this action goes right to his head. It's very well placed, and it's a lovely painting. I don't know if it's wider than this, but I think Johnny Depp's insanity may be wider than this. Alright, now he's paging through a book, and this is a 4-minute and 17-second long video. I'm just going to go to just a rant. I have no idea. I watched this once, and the girlfriend and I, otherwise known as smAsho staff, I had to pause it 14 times and rewind and go, what was that? What? Huh? What? I don't think he likes Instagram. I don't think this is a positive video for Instagram here. Because of there's obviously a giant reaction. And anyway, let's go on. As some people are very spaced out, that it's worthy of. Look, he's looking up in the sky. So maybe he sees the Nibiru up there. Maybe he sees a black hole, or maybe he sees the ceiling because he's in some kind of a cave or something. The music stopped, and now it's. All right, this is the only part of the video that I liked. Oh, I think the moral of the story is that he sucks at sewing. Maybe he doesn't want to make masks. I just don't know. I just don't care. Did you see what I was doing yesterday? Well, here's what I was doing.
Yeah, so check it out. I'm rocking my new outfit. I just had to do a quick beer run there. I just drove down to the drive-through beer distributor, and I decided to just wear a full hazmat suit.
So yeah, it's fun. And we're looking at the possibility of removing we're looking at the possibility of removing the seats from all of our vehicles so that I can wear an astronaut suit everywhere I go, because I may have to buy or rent a legit astronaut suit so I can go out in the public and encourage people to cough right in my face, and then I can just have Windex, and it'll be perfectly safe. When I come home, I could be showered in pure bleach solution, no solution, just. Anyway, I'm not even. Did you know we're on social media and stuff like that? We're currently actually streaming this live to Twitch because we love the platform. It's just fantastic. So, thanks everybody who views live on Twitch. I know we have an audience of 4 people, but and thanks everybody that repeats it for us. That we have a couple repeaters out there. Thanks smAsho staff. It's lovely. And look, 71 views already of Epic Covidiocy. So yeah, anyway, I don't know what is going on with that folding of stuff. Did you watch our earlier video? We made one, and it's so anyway, getting back to the sun here. I apologize for that lengthy aside, but it's getting, yeah, it's sort of so let me fade out the 171 angstroms. I'll just show you that I've hit refresh there. There's the latest views. And we'll probably put out a video with some close-ups of these regions. We see a bunch of filaments too. So it should be an interesting day for solar viewing purposes, thanks to things like the SDO. Here's the 304 angstroms. There's a bunch of filaments around, folks, so we could see sudden coronal mass ejection or something like that happening. Don't be surprised if it suddenly happens. So We're going to look at 304 angstroms because it shows filaments so well. And there's the full disc view. So there's a lot going on out there at the local yellow dwarf, aka Sol, or what's your favorite name? Some people think the sun is Nibiru. Some think that the word Nibiru is said too many times. Nibiru, Nibiru, Nibiru. It's not real. There's no dark planet out there, folks. And again, Twitch. Check us out on Twitch if you haven't. Now, normally, you would see this at the beginning of the video, but now you've got it here. So cheers. As I vanish. And then I reappear. We've got one more view here. Actually, we're going extended. We're going extendo mode. We're not going to view the Soho. Or the other Soho. We've got the C3 and the C2 loaded up and ready to go, folks. No screwing around. But what we're going to do is we're going to look at the Stereo A Core 2 Space Weather Beacon. As I see a bunch of filaments out there, indeed, that are kind of earthly facing. Let's see what's going on with them. And there is a buildup happening, so don't be surprised to see a coronal mass ejection, folks. Don't shart your pants. Don't forget to watch our latest video, which is, by the way, cleared, suitable for all advertisers, the Sharticle. As we're doing a new section, we're doing a new series called Define That Term, or Define the Term, or something like that. I don't know. But anyway, we've got playlists. So we've got playlists on the YouTube channel now. And we're going to show you some transients here. It's the bonus of features section for the Smash team. So here's the Sagittarius A-star emissions. And you see they're kind of been around this area, which is right on the 0 line, which is right in the middle of its output. Nothing exciting happening there. And next we're going to look at Cygnus X3, one of the only known point sources for cosmic rays, if not the only known. And if I'm incorrect, please leave a comment, because we are very interested in other cosmic ray point sources. So there's the activity from that. It just came out of its quiescent state. It's around this level now, around just under 0.04. So just right around its mean. And hopefully it won't get too mean. And it's probably going to be headed back up into this state, which would be way up here as its mean. Cygnus X3, massive X-ray binary, otherwise known as Deneb, and it's a celestial pole star. It's kind of important for various reasons, and I don't want to show you my emails. I almost showed you my emails, folks. It's getting personal. We're going to view the 131 angstroms view as well here, because we've got a bunch of activity. We ain't gots, we got. Anyway, there's that activity. Thanks everybody for tuning in. We're going to come back with more content throughout the day today. We're planning to do another Diamond Anvil Too Hard to Smash segment. There's the current activity. And it's about that time. So thanks for leaving comments, folks. Folk, Kimberly, cheers. Remember, stare at the sun. Don't drink. And if you do drink, certainly don't drive. And since it'll never be now again, may that solar wind be at your back, and that covidiocy be out of your life on the permanent. And here's a zoom out. There is stuff going on, folks, so keep an eye on that. And when I say ion, well, the pun is, you get the idea.